Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So we're going to use the Witch's Tarot today. We're getting closer every day to Halloween, so we're going to bring this one in, and we're going to use the Bridget deck, Divine Essentials Counterpart Connections. They've also given me a very powerful statement today to share with you and a number. So we're going to start with that. So the number today is 215. Now the number 2 is connected with the universe and universal power, and that you are being guided from above and that you are protected. That's why we see the spiders. That's why we see the numbers 222. The number 1 is connected with believing and having faith in a new beginning, trusting that better times are ahead. And that's why we see the 111. Or the 1111 about the doors opening. And the 5 is all about the change. The change is ahead, moving into the unknown and facing our fears. And that's why we see the numbers 555. But the new number 215 has a message for you. So first of all, I'm going to share with you what the message is from Kyle's book, the Angel Numbers book here. And then I'm going to share what the angels gave me when I intuitively kind of pondered on this, which is super powerful. So the message is today, and this is for everyone, masculine and feminine. So the message is, wow, look at this. You are in a space to overcome your fears. You are in a space. That means that you are in the right place and the right headspace to overcome your fears. That means right now in this moment, the circumstances are right for you to overcome what you've been struggling with or battling with for so long, to overcome your fear, knowing that you have that power because your thoughts become things. Have faith. So again, there it is, faith. When we have a small amount of faith, we can move mountains in our life and miracles come in. And that's why we constantly see these numbers on the journey: 222, 111, 555. 444, angel numbers reminding you to be strong, to know that you are capable and to have faith in your journey. So have faith. You are moving through this in order to move up. So moving up is about ascension. It's about a new beginning, a fresh start, a new chapter in your life, which could signify 2022 coming in, especially if you're looking at that as the year where you're going to make changes, you're going to work on your spiritual gifts, you're going to focus on service, you feel that's the year you're coming into union. Whatever it feels for you, you're moving into that space and you're moving up into a higher level of awareness. You're changing your perception. Even if your voice shakes, you are speaking the truth, you're preparing for the future. So I love this. You are in a space to overcome your fears. Have faith. You are moving through this in order to move up. And remember, everything we go through on this journey, we move through. We overcome our fears. We realize that we are bigger than any trigger and we are tougher and stronger than any obstacle or challenge. And when I was kind of pondering on this number, angels, what are you showing to me? What do you want me to share with the collective today? What guidance is coming through from above? This is the message they gave to me. And this is what you can do. If ever you're shown a number or a sign and you're not sure what it is, sit with it. And the angels will give you the answer. It will pop in your mind. You may overhear it somewhere or have it coming to you in another way, but you will always receive the sign. And the message is, thinking is the biggest error we can make. Now, there's no errors on this journey. There's no mistakes on this journey because it's all how we learn and how we grow and how we understand and become who we were truly born to be. Our greatest version. But when we overthink, it makes things worse. We stress out, we become anxious, we procrastinate, we make scenarios happen in our mind that aren't going to happen with fear. What if? And we panic sometimes. So sometimes thinking can be the biggest error we make. Instead, we have to feel. We have to feel the love, feel the power from heaven, feel the energy of faith. And that's how we become the journey. And that's the message. Thinking is the biggest error we can make. We have to feel to become the journey. So the angels are saying today, feel and become the journey. Don't see it as a separate place between you and your twin, or that you are separate from each other, because you are one. You live inside of each other. There's you and them, but you are one. And when you feel that power and that oneness, you become the journey. And that's the message for this day. Very powerful. So let's see what the angels want us to know with the cards. So what's the energy around the connection today? There we go. The energy around the divine feminines today. The energy around the divine feminines. There we go. And the energy around the divine masculines today. Wow. Okay. What's the energy, please, angels, around the divine feminines today? What do we need to know? Jumping out the deck there. The energy around the divine masculines today. There we go. And the energy around the journey. They are giving me tears, okay? As I'm starting to shuffle the cards and connect with the energy, they're giving me a few tears today. And I do feel the masculines have been in this energy of kind of frustration, anger, angry tears, frustrated tears, as well as sadness, because, you know, they're frustrated with their lives and they're frustrated with how they hurt you along the way, the things they do, the things they say or don't say. You know, the way they can sometimes hold themselves back from you because of their own fear. And they get very frustrated with that. But it's powerful today because, you know, they're communicating this to you in many ways. In the journey today, we're being reminded to feel. And it's a feeling journey. And in that little short video I shared this morning, that's about the connection requiring communication. Communication with each other. Real physical communication where you sit down and talk and reunite and, you know, clear the air, but also where you communicate with their higher self, where you connect through telepathy and dreams and the 5D, where you communicate with your angels and your guides and, you know, your own self about what you need and how you feel and what you're going through. And this is why the angels are saying to you, lean on me. You know, lean on God, lean on the angels for that support that you need, because you were never alone. And on this journey, we can feel alone. We can feel like no one cares or no one gets it. You know, we feel like, what's the point? This journey's taking time. But the angels want you to know that it's all in divine time. And it's happening now. The past is gone. It can't be changed. Don't think it. Remember, thinking can be our biggest error. Thinking this journey's taken so long, it's been going on and on, they've hurt me. Let that go. The time is now. What matters is now. Your perception of your reality creates your life. And that means if you see this in a positive way, everything you're going through is growing you, it's healing you, it's teaching you, it's making you the warrior that you've come here to be. You know, this powerful light that shines bright regardless of the outside circumstances. That's not something that you're born with. That's something you learn and you grow into, or something you remember, because that power has been within you all along. And that's what the angels want you to know. So your perception is everything. So for the journey today, the message is, my soul already knew you long before I did. Wow. My soul already knew you long before I did. So this is reminding you that it's so much more than this physical lifetime. You are eternal. You are forever. You are one. And you belong to each other. So before you were even born into these physical bodies, regardless of the timelines you came in, you already knew each other. So you were already on the way to union then. You were already seeking each other out and searching for each other. So even when you met and you felt the firework effect and all the power coming in, that feeling of coming home and the knowingness of what this is, you already knew that long before you met in the physical body. You knew that long before. You know, at the dawn of time, I have loved you, divine feminine. And I will continue to love you for the rest of my earthly and my eternal life. And that's the message coming through intuitively from the masculine's higher self. And the feminine saying, I will always be there for you, divine masculine. I will always support you, stand by you and guide you, whether we are in a body or in other realms. Because we belong and we are one and we are together. And this is this togetherness. My soul already knew you long before I did. And that's called soul recognition. That's when you guys come together and it's felt. Even if it's not acknowledged, they may not understand the word twin flame. They may not understand what it all is, but they certainly feel it. And that's why a journey that must be felt, felt to be understood, not really kind of thought about much, because when we overthink and when we're in logic and rational thinking, it doesn't make sense. That's why other people don't get it, because they try and logically work it out. Even when we go into doubt or fear, it's because our ego is trying to logically work it out. It doesn't make sense. Surely if they cared about me, they wouldn't do this to me. Surely it wouldn't take this amount of time. Well, that's a logical way of thinking. Twin flames are about growth and learning and healing and realizing who you both are, that mutual acceptance and recognition of the soul. And it's about healing all the core wounds within you in this lifetime to move forward to the next one, stronger and more proactive, more in tune with your own self, to grow your soul constantly, because you are an old soul. So it's about understanding that and trusting in that and knowing who you are and remembering even when you forget. So the angels are reminding you of this. This is why when you come together, it's known, it's felt. So we have to move from logic and rational thinking in the mind into the heart that connects you with everything. And it's a feeling journey. That's why I always say to you, trust in what you feel. You have a gut instinct for a reason, connected with the solar plexus. That's why whenever things seem to go wrong, we have that feeling in the tummy. Or when things are going right, we feel it in the tummy. We get excited. When we feel something's coming, we have butterflies, because it's all felt there for a reason, because that's your gut. And the angels are reminding you always to follow your gut, because your body is showing you. And that's why sometimes we can ask our body for a message, because our body is always showing us the truth. And our feelings are a guide of what's going on within. So if we feel good, we keep doing what we're doing. If we feel bad, we know we have to change what we are going through and how we are seeing what we are going through. And sometimes we can't change what we're going through, but we can change the way we see and experience what we are going through, to turn it into an experience of love and power and strength and understanding. So you knew each other long before you were born, and that's the feeling of coming home. So if any of you were thinking, well, I just don't know if this is my twin, feel it. Feel the connection. You feel it in your heart and your soul, It's that soul recognition of coming home. Very powerful. We've got here the Hanged Man, and this is about changing perception. The Hanged Man is about delays, obstacles, challenges we face, but it's really about how we deal with that. It's about how we understand and grow. It's about taking time out to learn, to change our perception, to see things from a higher perspective. And that's why we've got the crow, because the crow is connected with psychic wisdom, unraveling the mystery, helping us to understand, to, change the way we see things, and then our world changes. Because, we have to be the one to be the change that you want to see. And we've got the Six of Cups, and this is about reconciliation, communication, coming back together, going over the past and healing the past, forgiveness, letting go, completion, the start of a new cycle, sorting things out in your own mind to make your dreams come true. So the journey is moving forward, and I love this. We've got the pumpkin there as well, which signifies October time, or as I call it, Oxtober, reminding you to be flexible and adaptable, to be patient and calm. And, this is kind of this energy where life is what you make it. You've got all the cards on the table now, you're seeing things clearly. So in a way, this is bigger picture thinking. Maybe having a reading or doing your own cards or understanding things from a higher point of view, because you are being given all the information you need, gathering the resources. And I feel for the masculines too, they're becoming more in tune with their psychic side. So they may be even, clicking on a reading or, listening to something spiritual, because they are awakening too to what this is. So the separation, the delay, the silent times, it's where we learn the most. It's where the magic happens. It's where we grow. So Divine Feminine, I wish you could tell me what to do to make things right, but I probably wouldn't do it anyway. So this is about you understanding, Divine Feminine, that you have to find your own way. It doesn't matter what people say to you. We have to find our own way. That's why, we can tell someone something until we're blue in the face, but until they are ready to accept that as their truth, you might as well bang your head on a brick wall. That's why sometimes when you say things to your masculine, or it doesn't register with them, because they have to come to their own conclusions. And this is the same with you. I wish you could tell me what to do to make things right, but I probably wouldn't do it anyway. And that means we have to learn. We have to learn from what we perceive to be mistakes. And we have to learn through our experiences. Someone can give you guidance about your journey, how to make it right. Saying work on self, work on gratitude, work on healing. Give them space, give them time. But sometimes we still wouldn't do it anyway. Or we don't do it until we're ready to do it, which means we may reach out or, say something we regret or do something that we feel is wrong, because it's how we grow. So the angels are reminding you that when you are ready, the teacher will appear. And sometimes that teacher is yourself, because you learn from your own experiences and your own mistakes, which are really lessons that lead to love. It feels like I'm being guided and all paths and roads lead to you. Well, that's the truth. You are being guided. You're being supported. You're being protected. The angels are all around you. And so are your loved ones in heaven and your spirit guides. You're being guided. You're being shown the way. That's why this channel is called Guided by Angels, because I am constantly being guided by angels. And they are sharing their knowledge with you and their power. That's why you feel powerful when you're connecting with heaven. That's why you feel stronger than you were before. That's why you can look back at your life and think, wow, I got through that even when I didn't think that I would. Because you have a power that's much bigger and higher than you, watching over you and guiding you. And somewhere inside of you, regardless of what's going on, that all paths lead home. And they do. All roads lead to you. Why? Because your soul knew each other before you came into this lifetime. Because you are one and you will always be one, forever and a day. So know that power. I want to look into your eyes and get lost in your soul. So that's really what we want. Everyone watching this video today wants union, or wants a relationship, or wants answers, or wants communication, or wants something with your twin. Not necessarily from your twin, because that's demanding. You want something with your twin. That's why you're here. You're watching this because you want to know how they feel about you. And if they care, and if they feel everything that you feel, and this is confirming to you that they do. And you're saying, I want to look into your eyes and get lost into your soul. And that's because you are one. The eyes are the windows of the soul. The other day, we had a little short message about the eyes. I love your eyes, Divine Feminine. The masculine saying to you, I love it when you smile, and your smile lights up your eyes. When your eyes light up, everything in your face just radiates this light and this power. And when the masculines are going through pain and struggle, your smile and your eyes and your light keeps them moving forward so that they don't give up. Sometimes they feel like they want to give up on themselves, but you give them the strength to continue, to carry on. And this is about coming together, looking into each other's eyes, melting into each other, feeling each other. And that's progress. The 2 of Wands is showing you here that you are making progress, that you have a vision now of what you want. And the angels are reminding you to have unwavering faith, because your dream is coming true. You're already manifesting it now. Your thoughts become things. Keep your thoughts positive and it will lead to power. You are in the space right now and the place to overcome your fears with the number 215. Keep your thoughts positive. If you're at a crossroads, what do? Follow your heart. follow your dreams, feel the journey to become the journey and know your truth. For the masculines, I need time to get over what happened. So they are saying to you, I need time. Okay, I need time to get over what happened. This is as well, if they are releasing themselves from a karmic situation, don't expect them to just jump into like a connection with you. This is what you need to understand. This is why when a karmic partner goes, okay, if a masculine leaves a marriage, they still need time to find themselves. Okay, some of them will be ready straight away to be in a relationship with you, but some of them won't. Okay, some of them need time to rebuild themselves. Can take a month, a couple of months. Okay, it's all in divine timing. So don't get disappointed or take it personal if when they release their karmic situation, they need some space. Okay, because they are getting over what happened. They are healing themselves. They're also getting over what happened with you. The realization of this connection, it's a powerful thing. It's intense. It can be blinding to them. When they get blinded by the light of the love and the unconditional element of it. They've never had that before. No one's ever cared about them that way. So if he needs time, it's to get over what happened. That wow moment. Woo, the intensity of the love. Woo, it's very feeling to them. They feel it all. And they feel damaged too. When the masculines are wounded, they feel damaged. They don't feel good enough for the feminine. So they need time to get over that. So this is why sometimes they go into silence and, blocking you and ghosting you and doing all the things they do. Having that kind of masculine time away. And it's so powerful. I was watching Dallas yesterday and they were talking about Charlie, one of the girls in it. She's a teenager and she likes a boy, but he keeps ignoring her. And, there's this guy and he's talking to her and he says, oh, that he likes you. And she says, how can he like me? He's ignoring me. He says, that's what guys do. Okay. And then a mum comes and says the same thing. Oh, he definitely likes you then. That's what guys do. It's a masculine thing. They go within to process, to understand the feelings, to realize who they are. When I was younger, okay, and this was kind of the masculine energy in me then. When I was younger, if I fancied a boy, okay, or a guy, or, a man, if I fancied someone, I'd be quite standoffy, quite quiet around them. And, and I remember I went with one boyfriend once and he said, before we got together, he said, I thought you hated me because I was quite, distant, because that's how I dealt with those things, dealt with the feelings. It was masculine energy. And I understand that now. Okay, and that's what your masculine does. If he's been indifferent with you or blocking you or ghosting you, it's because he's dealing with his feelings. It means it's so intense. He needs time to process it. So never take it personally. It's just the masculines seem to be from Mars and the feminine seem to be from Venus. And Martians and Venetians don't communicate very well. That's why, John Gray created that book, Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus, because we deal with things differently. And regardless if you're masculine as a woman or if you're feminine as a man, okay, regardless of that, you are operating in that type of energy. Feminines feel things more on a level where they communicate it. Masculines feel things more where they go within to process it. So when we learn that, things make sense and the language barrier is removed. Venetian and Martian languages, you can now speak the same language because you start to learn to feel. Remember, it's a feeling journey. So you feel if they need space. You feel if they need time, if it's intense, because you are one with them and you feel what they feel. That's why, again, if you are experiencing anger or frustration and it's making you doubt things or act crazy and you don't know why, you're thinking, is this even my energy? It's coming from them. And they're giving me today itchiness, okay? Because they're itching for change. Okay, they're itching for change. They're itching to make this right. They want to move towards you. Okay, they're asking for reunion. So they're itching in their own skin and they're giving me fear to move themselves where they're meant to be. It's like the shedding of skin. So if all of a sudden you start itching and you don't know why, you got a little itch, or what's going on, it's because they're itching for change. Always ask your body what your body is saying to you, whether it's your kind of bodily experience or theirs. Always ask your emotions. Always ask your mind, what is this teaching me? When we become the observer of our journey through our body, our mind, and our emotions, things become easier to understand through telepathic communication. Me and George are in union, and we live in the same house, but we telepathically connect. I know what he needs before he needs it, and he knows what I need. So we know if we need space, we know if we want to get each other a drink from the kitchen, we know if we want to make love, we know because it's telepathic, and it's a feeling, a knowingness of who we are. He's saying to you, I'm doing my best to become who you need. So he's saying, please understand, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to process. I'm sorry it's not good enough for you. And sometimes the masculines are in pain because they feel they aren't good enough for you, Divine Feminine, because you have these expectations of how it needs to be or how you think it should be. And the angels are asking you to release that. It's great to visualize the outcome, but not to expect it on your terms. And that's why we're being guided in the year of the ox to be flexible, to be adaptable, to trust the universe, to understand that your masculine has to do it his way. And remembering that you go through this too, feminines. I wish you could tell me what to do to make things right, but I probably wouldn't do it anyway, because we have to do it our own way. And that's why we change our perception. We understand that it's never on our time, it's on God's time. I want to be the one who gives you everything. And he wants you to understand that, and that's so true. And any reader who channels the divine masculine will let you know this. When you channel your own divine masculine, you know this. You feel their pain. It's so easy to look at the journey from one-sided kind of point of view and think, oh, they've got it easy. They're not stepping up. They're not doing the work. What about me? And it's a very kind of one-sided way of thinking. We have to see it from both sides of the coin here. We have to empathise and have compassion for our twin because they really are doing the best they can. And when you understand that when they are hurting you, they are growing you, it becomes easier to deal, to forgive, to understand, to know that if you're exhausted and tired, it's an opportunity to give back to you, to find yourself. If he is saying to you, I need to work on my marriage or I need to work on my relationship, it's the way he's dealing with what's going on. Because if he's in a relationship or a marriage, of course he needs to work on that to be with you, because that's how he will leave it behind. Okay, if he just buries his head in the sand about everything, he's never going to make a choice or make a change. So this is about everything working for you. So if something triggers you, something you don't like happens, change your perspective of it, see it from a higher perspective and see things differently. Okay, what is that teaching me? Why is that triggering me right now? What is that teaching me about me? What am I learning through this? And that's usually patience, empathy, compassion, and understanding. And he's saying to you, I want to be the one who gives you everything. So that means he needs to be healed. He needs to be able. He needs to be capable of giving you your dreams. And he's doing the best he can. And he's further ahead on the journey than you realise. We've got, look at this, the Three of Cups, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. Now, these are powerful cards to come out together, because one's about spiritual growth and growing up spiritually, and the other one is about reunion and coming together and celebration. So he's saying to you, I'm growing up spiritually so that I can come back to you whole, complete, able to give you everything, to be the person that you need me to be. So the message here is, stay focused on what you want, but don't think too much about how it's coming to you. Let the universe do that. Sometimes we step in our own way. We get in our own way. And the angels are saying to you today, work through fear. Work through doubt and illusion with the number 215 and trust the journey. So it's a journey that it's not meant to be thought about or kind of overthought about. It's meant to be felt. So don't just feel the journey today, become the journey through the feelings you feel. And he wants you. And this journey is powerful because you've known each other your entire life. Not just this life, but all lifetimes and the ever forever. And that's what they want you to know. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.